Good morning, everyone. Now, I hope you have your coffee ready to go because today I want to show you an awesome online brokerage called M1 Finance. Now, the reason why I think M1 Finance is pretty awesome is because that's the brokerage that I personally use for my investment portfolio. I do have another brokerage called Webull that I use for stock trading. But let's go ahead and stick with M1 Finance for now. Now, if you are new to investing and the stock market or using online brokerages, here is basically a little bit more about M1 Finance and kind of why I think they're like pretty awesome to use. So, they are an online brokerage. It gives you access to a highly automated investing platform. Now, what that means is basically you can, once you set everything up, it's good to go. You can forget about it. So that goes for your automated deposits to automated days that you want to invest, certain percentage allocations, things like that. Now, M1 Finance is not a platform for trading on the stock market, but rather it should be used to invest into companies or funds in order to build wealth. Now, companies are like individual companies like Verizon or AT&T, where funds are going to be, like your ETFs, QQQ, SPY, or even the ARK funds, right? So now with M1 Finance, let me pull this up here. Now with M1 Finance, if you do use them as your brokerage, as I mentioned that they're an investment platform, and how they work with that is they have what's called trading windows. So these are basically 1 to 2 times per day that you can execute or tell M1 Finance that you want to buy or sell. Now, when the market opens, now I'm on Mountain Standard Time, so these times might be a little bit different for you. But when the market opens at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, that is the morning trade window. And 1 hour before the market closes, or at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, that's the second trading window. Now, as I mentioned, M1 Finance is a free brokerage. So if you use it for free, you will only have access to the morning trading window. You won't have access to the afternoon. Now, why do I bring that up? Is because let's say you wake up, it's 10 o'clock your time or whatever time you wake up, the market's open, you're at lunch or, whatever, right? So let's say you open it up, you open the app up and you see, oh my God, it's a red day. You don't, because you're investing, you want to look at red days like we had yesterday, July 20th, 2021. Yesterday, the market went down to like 2-3%, something like that. Well, when I woke up, I work at nights. So when I woke up, it was about 10 o'clock or so. And I saw a lot of my holdings were down like 4 or 5%. And instead of panicking, I said, hey, let me go ahead and actually put in $200 into my portfolio because this is like a Cyber Monday for the stock market, right? So that's kind of how you want to look at investing in general. You buy the dip, right? So with M1 Finance, it is an online brokerage, but they do offer a spend account, which is basically a free checking account, and that's through Lincoln Bank. So when you set the account up, you are sent a Visa debit card that you can use. And the free broke, when you use M1 for free, it offers free checking. It does have one monthly ATM fee that can be reimbursed. And it also has a 0.8 to 1% international fee rate. However, M1 Finance, they do offer a membership called M1 Plus, and it is $125 per year, per year. However, right now they're offering a promotion where you can get your first year for free. And so what does the M1 Plus membership give you that the M1 Basic or the free version doesn't? First thing that I want to go over is they offer what's called a custodial account. Now, this type of account, it's typically for parents that want to start a portfolio for their kids that are underage. Like if you want to save up for college, or if you want to give them a decent financial start when they become 18, you can set up a custodial account, and that account will go from a custodial account to a normal brokerage account once they turn 18, and then they'll have full control over it. They also give you access to both trading windows, which in the case of yesterday, yesterday was Monday, the stock market was down. Now, I missed the morning trading window because, I was asleep. But because I have M1 Plus, I was able to take advantage of that afternoon trading window. So it's good on that aspect, right? It's not a make it or break it, because in my situation and how I'm investing is I'm using what's called dollar cost averaging. So that just means, every week I put in a certain amount of money, and then over time, the prices will go from like low to high, and then they'll kind of like average out into the medium there. Now, with that, if you do have at least $25,000 invested into your portfolio, and you have M1 Plus, you do have access to both buy and sell or to execute orders for every day. But if you have M1 Plus, but you don't have $25,000 in your account or in your portfolio, you will only have access to one trading window, even if you're a member, even if you're a subscriber to their membership. Coffee. So they also have an automated rule-based money transfer system called Smart Transfers, that it allows you to set various rules up on like where you want your money. For example, let's just say you have $20,000 in your spend account. You can set up a rule that says transfer any amount over $20,000 into your investment account. So that way you have basically a buffer in your spend account that you can use, for purchases or whatever. And anything above that goes to your portfolio. Likewise, let's say you're sitting at $1,000 in cash in your investment account, and you have your minimum balance set to $1,000, so it doesn't automatically invest that money. So anything over $1,000 that automatically invests, you can set the rules up to transfer that $1,000 to your spend account instead of investing. That is actually more useful if you have a sizable portfolio, like if you're living off of dividends. So Another thing that they have is that when you have M1 Plus, you can borrow on margin at a 2% rate as long as you have a $5,000 minimum balance. What does that actually mean in layman's terms? Is if your investment portfolio has at least $5,000 worth of stocks or funds, you can borrow against that and use that money for whatever you want. You can use it to reinvest. You can use it to go to the store, whatever. However, if that minimum balance goes below the threshold, M1 Finance, as the brokerage, will sell some of your shares in your portfolio to make up that balance. So I personally would not borrow on margin in most situations. It's still a really great rate if you want to if you really want to do it, but I would advise against it. That's just me personally. Because I'm using this as an investment platform rather than, trading and, just, I'm not a financial advisor, so you can do what you want, right? Now another thing with the M1 Plus is they do have a 1% annual rate and also a 1% cashback. Now, if you're making, there's two things here. If you're making like really big or a lot of purchases for the year, or if you have at least $12,500 in your spend account, then you can offset that annual fee. Because that is a pretty high annual fee. $125, that's nothing to laugh at. Now, the reason why I personally got it, and I'm just, I'm a working person, $125, that can last in food for like 3 months. So, but why did I get it? I got it last year, and last year I was furnishing an apartment. So I was, spending a lot of money, and I got the M1 Plus at a promotional price of $70, and I more than made up that price for the annual fee. Now another thing with M1 Plus, and I don't know how applicable it would be for most people, but your international fees are reimbursed. And you can also send checks by using the platform as well. Another minor thing is they have different debit card designs that you can choose from. Now I did mention earlier about the promotion. M1 Finance, they do have various promotions throughout the year, such as this one that I'm showing you now, which is the first year is free. And that is as of today, July 21st, 2021. But last year, they also had a larger cashback percentage for the holiday season. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 5%. So yeah, I ended up, buying a couch, a nice recliner, a TV for my living room, stuff I really didn't need, because, hey, I can sit on the floor, right? Yeah. All right, so with that, that's basically your breakdown of M1 Finance. And to start using it, which I would highly recommend if you're looking at building your wealth, definitely get M1 Finance. It is a very, very good tool to use. But if you sign up using the affiliate link below, will both get $50 when you fund the account with $100, and that's another promotion that they're doing. Usually it's like $30 that we would both get. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and basically just end the video here. But in the next video, I want to go ahead and show you how you can, start using M1 Finance, and creating the M1 Pi, and that's the system that they use for allocating, how much money is being invested into what stocks or what funds. So I'll go ahead and end it here, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.